If you are here, I feel like it's a sign and it's a very safe space where you're always very welcome. So welcome, welcome. Now, I have a lot to tell you, okay? I have a lot to tell you. I feel like you've been seeing a lot of repeating numbers, signs, and synchronicities. You may be seeing a lot of repeating numbers like 1111, 222, 444. We have the 22 here. You may also be seeing 1010 as well, but you're basically seeing a lot of repeating numbers. And I'm really going to go into like what everything means for you, okay? But I also really want to mention here as well that I'm really seeing that, you know, you have been betrayed in the past, okay, or sort of carrying that energy with you right now, and it's been really, really hard because someone here said one thing and did another, and you often think to yourself, like, how can these people, you know, sleep knowing what they've done? How can they just go on with their life like nothing ever happened? How can they treat people really badly? And how can they be so dismissive? How can they deflect blame knowing that they were the ones that did something wrong? And how can they just live with that? Okay, so this is something that you're very much thinking about, which is very, very valid. A lot of you have been in situations where there has been a miscarriage or an obstruction of justice, and you literally think to yourself, like, I know what was right, like I literally did the right thing, and I was still painted out to be wrong. Like, excuse me, you know? So we're going to talk about that as well. But what I want you to know here is that the people that have betrayed you, it's their energy, okay? It's not your energy. It's not something you've done wrong. It's not something that you need to carry with you. I know it's been really hard and there's a lot of rumination, and a lot of the times your mind may not shut off because you're literally thinking to yourself, like, that was so wrong. Like, that was so wrong that this person treated me like this. Like, it's so wrong. And it hurts, you know, it really, really does hurt. However, I want you to know something that's really important with this Two of Pentacles is that, well, this card also shows that what's coming, okay, is so much better than what's gone. These rocky waves, right, of being around people that are so wishy-washy, so hot and cold, say one thing, do another, lie, steal, cheat, people that deflect, okay, responsibility, they deflect blame, they perhaps blame shift, okay, where you're explaining something to them and they just put it back onto you as though it's your fault, and you're like, excuse me, you know, or you get frustrated that someone's treating you poorly, but then they point blame to your reaction, not their action. Six of Cups, again, is showing that you are so, so worthy and you're going to have so much happiness in your life. Trust me, your good karma is going to come back around. The universe has made full note, okay, of what people have done to you. The universe knows that you have been treated really poorly, and you know, the people that have broken you, you will be put back together in front of the people that have tried to dismantle you. People have tried to really break you, and you will be put back together in front of the people that have done that to you. People will find out. Even if you are blocked or ghosted or you don't talk to these people anymore, they will find out that you are doing very well in your life, because you will be. Okay, Six of Cups here shows that the universe is going to bring you gifts. The universe is going to bring you happiness. The universe is going to bring you joy. The universe is going to bring you opportunities, work-wise, love-wise, fulfillment-wise, joy-wise, peace-wise, and health-wise. And those are the Six Cups, okay? And you are going to feel so much stronger. You're going to feel so much happier. You're going to feel so much more fulfilled. You are not going to feel so worried or so stressed or so frustrated. You are going to feel like, wow, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Because you will feel so, so good. I'm also sensing as well that there are a couple of people here that have done you wrong that can come and actually apologize to you. And it's your choice whether you choose to accept their apology or reject it. But I am seeing here that there is going to be a couple of people that are going to want to apologize to you, because it's almost as though, you know, they will realize, oh my God, what have I done? And if I don't fix that, I'm going to face, you know, repercussions and karma and karmic consequences. It's almost like they, you know, they awaken to realize that. And the thing here, especially with the Five of Cups, is that there's a very, very powerful energy, you know, of you feeling sad, but then, you know, gaining 100 times more what you have lost, if that makes sense. So gaining 100 times more. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, gaining 100 times more. Because the main thing here is that if you're watching this, it's a huge sign that, look, you've been through a lot, you've been through some major obstacles, major challenges, people treating you very, very poorly and being so disrespectful to you, but that's not what you deserve. And that's not what you have to live with for the rest of your life. And I want you to know that, like, you don't have to live with this for the rest of your life. This is not the rest of your life. This is not what you are going to be suffering with for the rest of your life. Like, that's not what your life is all about here, and you need to know that. And so really with the Knight of Cups here, the Knight of Cups is really a beautiful energy, which is to do with the fact that your life is going to get better. Like, you're going, okay, from the Five of Cups to the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups. These people that have treated you really badly, they will deal with their own karma, they will deal with their own problems, they'll deal with their own challenges. Some of them can also come to you and apologize, but at the end of the day, you are moving forward. And I think what is happening here is that you might feel uncomfortable moving forward because the past feels so familiar to you, and what feels really familiar is being hurt. And I know that sounds awful, but sometimes you don't know what happiness really is, and you don't know what true love really is, or you don't know what being treated well is. You know, whether this person was a partner or it was just a person that, you know, is from the work environment, or a friend that treated you really badly, or a family member, whoever it is that treated you badly, you're so familiar to pain that you don't know what isn't pain. And so because it's familiar to you, it feels hard walking away from it, because the unknown feels sometimes more painful for you. Okay, but what I need you to know is that the unknown actually has a lot of blessings and a lot more happiness in it. So if that gives you a little bit of hope and a little bit of joy, I hope it does, because yeah, your fear here is, you know, hanging on to things of the past, you know, even though they have been sort of done and dusted. But the Fool definitely goes to show that, listen, the people that have done you wrong, that want to apologize, they'll come to you, but live your life anyways, you know, live your life anyways, do things for yourself. Like, there's so much abundance in, you know, doing the things that you love, and those people will come to you regardless anyways, right, to apologize. But the main thing with the Fool here is, do enjoy what you can, you know, do enjoy the little moments, do enjoy what you have got going on, do enjoy the things that you can control rather than the things you can't. Try not to feel like, you know, everything is always going wrong. I know that can sometimes seem a bit strange, but like, really, especially with the High Priestess as well, look after yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, put yourself first, do what you can for you. I think this is very, very important. And essentially the High Priestess also is showing that you're very, very intelligent, you're very, you know, well educated, you're very smart, you're very kind, you're very genuine. If you are looking for a romantic prospect, there is going to be one entering fairly shortly. This person is going to be of a fire sign, okay? So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius kind of energy. They balance out a lot of your sort of water energy. Whatever star sign you are, you do have water energy in your spirit, okay? Because you're quite empathic, you're quite loving, you're quite nurturing, you're quite emotionally available. That's water energy. And because you have a lot of that sincerity and that generosity and that appreciation, what's really interesting is that there's going to be fire energy that balances you out. And that doesn't mean that this person won't have empathy. They will, but they'll also be like really like forward moving, action taking, responsible, reflective, and quite generous as well, okay? And that's really important to keep in mind when you've got the Emperor with the King of Wands, okay? It's a sort of like an action taking sort of energy. So doors are opening for you and blessings are coming. So comment that down below. Doors are opening for me and blessings are coming. I also do see here as well that, yeah, right now you're sort of stuck in this energy of feeling emotionally sort of frustrated, sad, and very sort of fearful perhaps of the future because of what's happened in your past, but you're keeping yourself again in a familiar place. Remember, the more you keep yourself in the pain of the past or the pain of what's happened, you are literally just inviting that pain into your present moment. You're keeping yourself in that. And remember, pain attracts pain, fear attracts fear. And so it's really important that we try to move forward. We should only ever look back to see how far we have come, and that's very, very important to do. Okay, so I really feel here like a change needs to happen, and this reading is really sort of showing that to you. There's going to be a shake-up in your life. There is going to be sort of a dismantling of not keeping yourself in the tower that has caused you so much pain. Like, it's okay to have a shake-up in terms of moving forward and being able to experience more joy. Because the thing is, when you move forward, right, and you don't keep yourself constantly in the pain of the past or the situation of the past, what you will do is you will attract bigger moments, better moments, and more fulfillment in your future. Because the Six of Wands here shows more opportunities coming, and this is you settling down with the Four of Wands and feeling successful, feeling happy, feeling motivated, feeling content. And so this is very, very important. If you see this, I just want you to know that your future is amazing. Your future is nothing that I worry about for you here. You are going to feel really, really great. And there are going to be people that have done you wrong that will come to you and apologize to you. But you obviously don't want to keep yourself in that place of pain, because then it just makes you feel more sad. Why stay here when you could try to do other things for yourself? So try to do other things. If you find it really hard to heal, I have lots of amazing healing rituals, like the self-love ritual, shadow work healing, to heal grief, trauma, sadness, pain, heartbreak. It really is amazing. There's a codependency ritual, there's a self-love ritual, which I also just mentioned, codependency ritual, which I think I also just mentioned, detachment ritual. There's lots of amazing rituals for love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing, black magic removal, protection. There's also as well intention items, which are handmade, meditated with, and saged, which people have seen results with. There's also readings as well that I offer. Everything has thousands of 5-star reviews. Everything's linked down below on shopmoonlightguidance.com and my Etsy.